Welcome back to Yellowhammer. I'm Connor, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of work more on the technical end of what I normally do on here. And what I mean by that, I want to paint correct the car now that I have a little bit of time to do it and to do it right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the car, I'm going to clean it like I normally do. I've already got a video up on that if you want to look at it. And then I'm going to decontaminate the paint, and then I'll move on to buffing it, and then put on whatever coating I feel like putting on the car after that point. But for a 9-year-old car now, you would probably not think that it would have anything wrong with the paint hardly. I've only got 41K on the clock right now, but you really have to look at the car under a good light at a good angle to really find everything that would need to be corrected with it. And for that, with me again, I've got Griot iron and fallout remover. And on the other one, you've got foaming prep, and that will really get the car cleaned up, remove any contaminant you might have on the paint before you go to buffing and everything like that. Definitely recommend either one of them. I've already cleaned the car with the foam gun. I'll link the video up here if you want to find out everything I put into doing that. But after you got the car cleaned up, you will move on to them, and that'll be number 1. Then after we get done with that one, that'll be number 2. But I'm going to walk you all through that. If you want to do it to your car, I would highly recommend it. But either way, we're going to get on that now, and I will walk you all through it. Alright, for the prep here now, what you need to do will be to fill the line that you can read there with water, and then directly above that line will be what you will put with your container. What I have here will only be the bottle to combine both of them. But anyway, after you've done that, you'll be good to go in the pattern I'm about to tell you. I do want to let y'all know though, I did kind of overfill the prep to water, and then I had to fill it up with water a little bit more to even the amount. Now, after you got the bottle ready to go, everything like that, you kind of want to do it backward compared to cleaning your car regularly with a foam gun. You don't want to go from top to bottom, you want to go from bottom to top, kind of like if you were painting the car. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one end of the car at a time. I'll probably do the entire left right here. And I'm going to go from bottom to top, and I'm going to let it dwell for a minute or two, whatever it had on the bottle here. And then after that, I'm going to take my microfiber mitt and water, and I'm going to rub it down real good, get everything out of the top coat. And after that, I'm going to water it down, get it all off there, and then we'll keep going around the car until we get it completely done again. Alright, now we got a dwell time, and I'll count that down real quick right now. Alright, and to keep it from being redundant on everybody, I know a million of you have already looked at me clean a car. Nothing new here. You got the idea of it down. I'm going to go ahead and do the entire car with the prep cleaner, and then after we do that, I'll bring you back. Everything done now. got the car dried off and ready for the iron fallout remover. But before I get to that, I'm going to empty out my bucket and get it cleaned up, get new water put back in it, and then we'll move on to doing the fallout remover. With the fallout remover here, it'll be about like the prep, but we have to wait, I think, a period of 2 to 3 in between now for that, and then after we let it dwell for a minute or two, we're going to take our foam mitt, or whatever you want to call it, kind of get it in there real good, and then wait a minute or two again, and then we'll take water to it, get it off there, and move around. New water in the bucket. Go ahead and begin here, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently compared to the prep, due to the fact that you really don't want to let the fallout remover dry on any panel. I'm kind of going to take it a little bit at a time rather than one full left or right or front or back. I'll kind of be working one panel at a time with that, but anyway, about identical. Probably help if I opened up the tip a little bit. Alright, now we'll let our dwell time take up, and then we'll come back and do it with the foam. Alright, got our dwell time now. Get our foam here, a little bit wet. And we'll go over everything here. Then after we do that, we're going to wait another little bit again to really let it get in there, and then we'll clean it off. One thing really quick here to tell too, you can tell, hopefully by the light, the camera will pick it up, but right there, about the middle of the frame right now, the product will turn red, and that will let you know that you definitely got it working. Very good chemical. You can definitely pick it up in the air when you get near it. Probably ought to be wearing a whatever to keep the fume away from me, but we'll be alright. Y'all get me to 1K here, and it can pay my medical bill for when I put on the ventilator for trying to clean my car. Alright, and we'll let that hang out here another minute or two now, and then we'll take the water and get it all off there. Alright, got that all watered down and off now, and I'm going to do like what I did before, not make you all get bored. I'm going to go ahead and go around, tire the car again, up top to bottom, front to back, and I'll bring y'all back whenever we get done with that. Alright, what you're looking at will be my failure to apparently keep everything in order and not delete anything, but I did have a clip of me with the clay pad that you're looking at right now going over the entire body, and it had the hand holder or whatever you want to call it, and I went over the car completely with that and the lubricant to get the paint down to be able to buff. But again, my bad for not keeping everything in order and deleting a fairly important clip off of here, but I will have everything, or try to have everything, that I cleaned the car with and everything related down below if anybody wanted to look at that. Alright, after everything now, got the car done, dried off, ready to go. The only thing that will be left to do now will be the hard part, and that will be buffing every bit of the car. I'm not really looking forward to it. I know it'll take quite a bit of time, but it'll be worth it for the final product. Alright, back with the big boy camera now. One thing I wanted to do before I got to work on buffing anything or getting any heat in the paint, I wanted to get everything taped off, relating to the decal anyway. That way, I don't know if they would come off, I don't know if they wouldn't come off, but either way I didn't really want to find out by trial and error. Y'all know that a whole kit will be like I think 5 grand nearly, and I would rather not have to find out on my own if I don't have to. But anyway, we're going to get to work on buffing now, and I'll bring y'all back for that. Now that we're on to the buffing part, one thing really quick that I wanted to point out here before we go any further, I didn't talk a whole lot while doing it. You want to drop about 3 to 4, maybe even more depending on who you are, a little bit of compound onto the pad, and after you do that you kind of want to dap it on the body panel before you get going. That way you don't burn through the clear coat, and while doing it you do have to be mindful of the heat that the orbital will put onto the paint. And while you're doing it, you want to begin off either way, either going left to right and then back again, or up and down. But either way, you want to do both of them. That way you get in every little bit of the paint. Got a little bit done for the buffing part of the hood now. You can tell by looking at it, definitely a bigger improvement than what it had been. The camera right here. Yeah, you can look at the paint real good there in the light. Definitely looking quite a bit better. Alright, final update now after getting the Wolfgang put on. Really looking good now. I am incredibly happy about that. And if I were to put my finger on the paint anywhere at all, down through here, door, quarter panel, whatever, it would feel like water over top of the paint. You know, you got it clean when it'll feel like that. You don't have anything preventing you from freely moving a microfiber towel or your finger or any kind of grab to it. With all the work done to the car now, we're looking good on a lot. Clearly it didn't get out everything. If you were to look at the right light very carefully through an angle, you would probably be able to make out a little bit left, but definitely a big improvement over how the car looked before up until now. I do want to thank you all for getting through the entire video. If you are here right now, a pretty different video than what I normally do. I don't really ever hardly record anything to do with taking care of whatever vehicle, but I do find it important and might win an award one day. But again, thank you all for hanging around in there. If you like the video, drop a like or drop a comment or drop a follow. Again, thank you all for coming by, and I hope you liked the video. If not, oh well. I had a lot of work and time into it, but until another one, we'll talk to you later.